If you think that working in an unsaturated niche is going to be the thing which will save your business, save your life, and allow you to make a lot of money, and you think that working in saturated niches is a pretty terrible idea, I wish someone made this video for me around 2 months ago, because I was exactly like you and I wasted months of my life not making any progress. So it all started when a random fucking YouTube video popped onto my feed, and YouTube obviously saw that I watched it till the end, so it then started to promote more videos exactly like that video, and they were just basically telling me like I needed to work with unsaturated niches like flooring companies instead of roofers, whatever. And I used to wake up with this massive sense of anxiety, this massive burden on my shoulders, and I was like so fucking overwhelmed, always doubting my niche. I would spend my entire day going on to Gemini, Perplexity, ChatGPT, all these AI models. I would use their deep research mode to just ask it questions like, is this niche saturated? Can you find me 20, 30, 50 different unsaturated niches? I used to go on Facebook groups and I used to like enter the groups where these niches were hanging out. And I used to see like people selling the exact same services I was selling. And they were getting like some success as well here and there. And again, that led to more problems. I doubted the new niche which I had picked even more. Because I was like, there are already people in this niche which I thought was unsaturated, because the stupid fucking fat piece of shit on YouTube gave me an AI prompt. I put it into my favorite AI model and AI told me it's unsaturated. And these people were getting success already with the exact same service I was offering. They have more case studies, more testimonials, whatever. So how can I compete? And then I would switch the niche, and then again I would be at step zero. I would get like a sense of positive feeling, this fucking momentum, thinking that okay, this is finally going to be the niche which clicks for me. But again, I would make some progress, and after a while back at square one again, square one, square zero, whatever you want to call it. And like a small caveat I want to add, even if you think you're making money from this, so this is like the correct idea, like you should continue this niche hopping thing, like finding the fucking unsaturated niches. I've made an entire 2 hour long video, like entirely documenting my journey of me picking a new niche, starting like a new fucking service and selling it. Like a 2 hour long video. So I got sales with this as well. I'm not saying like I did not make money or something. It's fully documented proof of payment, like me reaching out to people, the exact outreach messages, the systems I use. It's all fucking documented. But at the same time, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. That shit fucking wasted like months of my life. And if I did not fall into the trap of thinking that my niche is saturated and I need to pivot, I need to find like an unsaturated niche, I probably would be making around $2,000 to $5,000 more than what I'm already making. At least that. Not even an exaggeration. And here are some fucking reason. Like I was just thinking of it, and I just woke up in the morning. I had this random idea. I put it out on LinkedIn, and people said this was valuable. Like I just created like a post why saturated niches are well. Like why the fuck they're good. So this is just me fucking expanding. And Somil bro, if you watched this video like 2 months ago, you would have made more money, saved more time, saved yourself more headaches. The first one is actually like a common sense point, like not actually a business point. And this was given to be my mentor Charlie Morgan. And in this course, like Easy Growth, the third video is related to like niche selection. How exactly you're supposed to find your niche so that you can make more money, build a business which makes you like 8 figures, 7 figures, like millionaire, whatever. And he said, bro, just try to think of this for a moment. Imagine there are two ponds and you're a fish and you had to decide like which pond you had to go into. Would it be a smarter idea to go into a pond where there are a lot of fishes, or in a pond where there's like not even a single fish? Something has to be sketchy, right? If there are no fucking fishes in the pond. I mean, like, why the fuck are there no fishes? Is the water polluted? Is the water dangerous? Are there no like organisms which are required to support the life of the entity, of the organism, of the creature which is going to live there, which is the fish? You'll probably be a bit skeptical. If there's a restaurant where there are no people going, you're much less likely to go into that restaurant compared to a restaurant which is almost full. And he was like, if you're choosing a pond for survival and your niche is basically the pond, like it's basically the entire organism which will support your growth. Because a business is just you solving a problem for a bunch of people who have similar problems. And niches have similar problems. A niche is what? Like basically a group of people with similarities. And if people have similarities, they're gonna have similar problems. For example, I go to the gym, so anyone who's fucking similar to me, we all have similar problems. We all can't stop like getting a fucking elbow injured. I keep on getting like a tennis elbow. We all know how important protein is for muscle growth, whatever. But at the same time, like cooking food and cleaning up everything, it's like a very big hassle. So that's why these fucking massive protein companies exist, like these companies worth hundreds and millions of dollars, if not billions of dollars. Companies like My Protein, Muscle Blaze. They sell protein powder, which is them solving a problem for us guys. So business is entirely like you choosing the organism in which you have to live. And it's a much better if you choose a pond where there are other fishes already existing and fucking thriving. I'll give you a quick example, like not theory, actual practical shit which I did. So let's say I literally just did this right now. So yesterday I created like a lead generation software, like a lead database software, where I plan on adding like 500 million, 600 million leads from all the fucking industries in the world. And I wanted to give people like unlimited usage. So I just saw like I was a person who was in this niche. I wanted leads to reach out to people. And I just was fucking sick and tired of not having a software which works extremely easily. Like it gives out like fast leads. So like long story short, I'm gonna got lost in the fucking weeds, like giving out the details. I was building out a software which is a lead database software which people can use, and they can find contact information of people in the industry, and then that would allow them to reach out to them and convert them into customers. So do you think it's gonna be easier for me to sell this software to a random guy on the street? Like let's say I only sell this for like $10 a month, which is not the plan. I think I'll be selling it for $50 to $100 a month for unlimited leads, which is a fucking steal because there's no other software which does this. Anyways, so let's say I build out the software and I go to the random fucking guy on the street and I tell them, like, let's say he's a doctor who's a fucking millionaire. And like, let's say, like, hypothetically, like, just fucking assume that this niche is not very saturated. I know doctor is a pretty saturated niche. Hypothetically, let us assume it's not saturated. Why the fuck would he buy from me? Like, are there any successful companies which are selling B2B leads to fucking doctors? Of course not. So I can be the idiot who looks at this and he's like, yeah, bro, I'm gonna build like a B2B lead generation software for doctors, but doctors don't need fucking B2B leads. Doctors are there to fucking save lives of people. They're here to fucking cure our illnesses. They're here to work in fucking hospitals, open their own fucking practices. They don't need fucking B2B leads. What are they gonna do? Like, send a cold email to a fucking CEO of a private equity firm and tell them, bro, I think I can solve your heart cancer? Of course not. So, do you now see, like, there's this point, let's say hypothetically, like, doctors and me trying to sell, like, a B2B lead gen software. There's this niche, there's this fucking pond, and there are no fucking fishes in it. Like, no other company which is doing what I can do, sell this B2B lead generation software to doctors. But that's actually a pretty stupid idea. The reason that pond is empty is because maybe doctors don't need it. Maybe because it's not fucking viable. Like, for example, let's say, like, again, a very extreme example, but it will illustrate the point. It will, like, fucking register in the brain of the dumbass sawmill who was fucking hopping niches, like, 2 months ago. Imagine you look at the sun, and you're like, bro, I'm gonna build a hotel on the surface of the sun. There's no fucking competition, and it will be great. Isn't that fucking stupid? The reason there are no fucking hotels on the surface of the sun is, number one, probably it's not possible. And number two, people don't want it. So, these examples hopefully illustrate the fucking point that if you have competition, that means whatever you're trying to sell has a fucking demand, and you cannot create demand. I don't remember, like, who it was. I think it's, like, that guy was called, Dan Kennedy. Like, one of the most famous marketers of all time. I think he taught Russell Brunson as well. Russell Brunson is one of, like, the greatest marketers of our time, and he was mentored by Dan Kennedy. And Russell Brunson has ClickFunnels, like the $100 million company for building like sales funnels, whatever. And he's basically like the master of internet marketing. And Dan Kennedy taught him every single thing. And Dan Kennedy said this thing. Copy is basically words or videos which you use to persuade people to buy. So how the fuck do you sell things? You say something to them, they listen to you, or they watch a video, or they read some text and then they decide if they want to buy it or not. Any business is the same. Like if you're selling houses, they're seeing it and you're speaking some words and they're listening to it. If you're selling something via YouTube or like using a video sales letter, you're using a fucking video to persuade them. If you're like creating like fucking email marketing and you're trying to sell your stuff via email marketing, you're writing words and you're using that to sell it to people. So long story short, everything in this world, like every sale happens, money is transacted due to copywriting. And literally the father of fucking advertising, he's like, bro, copy cannot create demand. Copy can channelize and it can direct the demand, which people already have. Like a simple example, I cannot create demand in the hearts of doctors if they essentially do not want a B2B lead generation software. But using good copy, like let's say you're a B2B marketer, you're an agency and you're watching this, or you want to sign like clients, you want to sell to other businesses. I can use words, I can use copy to already channelize the demand, the desires you have in your heart. You already have the desire in your heart to create a business, to work with businesses so that you can make a lot of money and live the life of your dreams. I can use copywriting. I can use video sales letter. I can use my YouTube videos. I can use Instagram reels. I can use email newsletters. I can use WhatsApp messages in my community to persuade you. I can use copy to like channelize the demand. But I cannot create demand out of thin air. And when you're in a saturated niche, you know what that fucking implies? There is demand. Because if there was no demand, the niche would not be saturated. And that's actually a good fucking thing. Because now you know, whatever you're trying to sell, it has a proof of concept. There are like there's a software called TidyCal. Everyone knows about Calendly, at least in like the B2B space, in the marketing space. It's a calendar booking software. TidyCal has like millions of users as well. So many people use it. Both of them do the exact same thing. So how the fuck is TidyCal able to do this shit? Like the dumbass would have been like there are hundreds of calendar booking softwares. There are hundreds of like CRM softwares. Salesforce, what's the other one? HubSpot, GoHighLevel, all these softwares. They're fucking CRMs. Like, it would be an absolutely stupid decision that HubSpot looks at Salesforce and HubSpot is like, bro, these people are already in the industry. There is already a lot of competition. Like, so many companies are already using Salesforce. So we should fucking close our business. And I should try to sell like my fucking CRM software to fucking like shopkeepers. The random 7-Eleven in fucking Bangkok. It would be a pretty stupid decision, right? The reason there are no people selling CRM softwares to fucking 7-Elevens, at least the local ones or like a local like grocery store, is because there's probably no demand. And demand cannot be created. It already exists, like people already have the desires in their heart and you can channelize it so that you can technically like artificially create demand. But if people don't have a desire to get the thing which you're trying to help them achieve using your software, tools, whatever, people won't buy. Like if I try to sell a course on how to make money and I try to sell it to a fucking monk who's like a fucking celibate, or like I try to sell a course on how to attract like a dream fucking girl, whatever, like a dating coach, I become a dating coach, no one is gonna buy. Sorry, the monk is not gonna buy because he's chosen celibacy. Like he has no desire for women in his heart. He has decided like that's something he does not want in his life. No matter what I do, what I say, there is no demand. And if there's no demand, I can get zero sales. No matter what I do. So understand, competition implies demand. And that means whatever you're trying to sell will be successful. The biggest problem like software companies face is market validation. Is just seeing if the product which you're trying to build is actually wanted in the market. I did not ever do any research on like my software products because I knew there's already demand. There are like hundreds and thousands of tools for lead generation and they all exist. They're all making like millions of dollars, which means there's already fucking demand. I don't have to ask like B2B marketers, do you want more leads? Of course they want fucking more leads. That's why all these companies exist. So that's like the first, like the main belief you need in your brain. If there's no competition, it's probably a bad idea. Because if there's no competition, that means there's probably like less demand. Because it's a basic economical principle. The market likes to exist in an equilibrium with the demand is meeting the supply. Rather, the supply meets the demand. So if there's more demand and less supply, something is probably off. In an ideal world, like, that's great. Like, you can go ahead and fulfill the supply. But usually it's not the case. Usually the demand is not there. And your brain is fucking coping, lying to you and persuading you that, like, it's just trying to, like, yeah, you get the point, right? Like, there's probably not enough demand. So having competition is actually a sign of demand, which is great because that allows us to make more money. The number 2 thing which I figured out is, if you're in a very saturated niche, like a very saturated niche, for example, me, I am selling to like B2B service providers, and this includes like agency owners, probably high ticket coaches, consultants, whatever that as well. And everyone is targeting them. People like Charlie Morgan, they're targeting them. So that guy has like a company worth millions of dollars. They make like 10, 20, 30 million dollars a year. So he's in my exact same niche. I'm fucking competing with him, and God knows how many people, like probably thousands of people, and all of them are fucking richer than me. But what it takes is, like, I just took a view on the market, like a bird's eye view, and I noticed that everyone, like there are 2 schools of people which are trying to sell this to people. Number 1 are agency owners which are trying to sell to other agency owners, and they're just selling like a retainer model that you pay us this much amount of money every single month, and we're gonna help you do all of this crap, blah 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 blah. And agency owners mostly are broke themselves. Like, you need to realize it. Like, they're not as rich as they seem. Everyone on Instagram, everyone on their website appears like a fucking multi-million-dollar company, but they don't even have like $1,000-$2,000 a month coming in. So understand it. Most agency owners are broke. Number 2, the second model which people were selling is coaching. Like, people were telling me, like, I'll teach you how to do this shit. And you need to realize, like, not everything is a one size fit all. And I don't know, like, just try to imagine this. Like, how many fucking niches are there? Like, let's say there are 50 to 100 major niches. Let's say Charlie Morgan, I think he has around 3,000 students enrolled in his coaching program, and he's teaching them the exact same way, the exact same, like, I'm not saying like he's bad. Like, I'm not shitting on him. There are so many different things. Like, most of the foundations of my life coming to client acquisition is coming from the course. So I'm not saying it's a bad course. It's an absolutely 10 out of 10 course. But just try to imagine this. There are 3,000 people, and all of them are using the same outbound systems, the same content systems, and the same paid ad systems. And there's no fucking way. This, like, he's teaching you the exact, like, I'm not doing a good enough job at articulating this. Understand this. He's telling people, do this to get leads, do this to convert these leads into appointments, and do this to sell these people into your services. Do this to create a fucking offer. So he's giving the exact same piece of information to every single person in the world. And there aren't 3,000 niches. Sure, there might be 3,000 niches, but most people don't have a brain big enough to actually sit down and think of all the different niches. Most people just choose the fucking popular niches because it's the path of least resistance. Now what is going to happen is people are going to follow the exact same way of, like, scraping the leads, of getting the contact information of the people. So all of these people, like, the same person is going to receive like 3 fucking messages from similar people, and all of the messages are going to say the same thing because Charlie Morgan asked them to say this exact same thing. And then if they get on a call, they're going to have the same process of nurturing before they come on the call. And when they get on the call, they're going to go through the same sales process. And at the end, when the person is trying to pitch his offer, he's going to pitch the exact same thing. So now, this, like, it just won't work out, man. So that's what I noticed. Coaching programs are not being as effective as they used to. Like, there's this guy called William Howard. You should watch his videos. And he made like an awesome point. He said Charlie Morgan, like, the methods he taught, like loom alchemy systems, everything, they work really fucking well. Like 2-3 years ago. Because no one was using them. But now everyone is using them. For example, like, I had another business before this where we used to, like, growth operating, basically, you probably understand it. So we used to go to content creators, influencers with a massive fucking audience, like 100k, 500k, a million followers. And then we used to set up like paid communities, everything for them. And then we used to get like a share of revenue, 25-30%, whatever. And in this model, I used to use a system of outreach where I used to sell like automated personalized Loom videos. So there was a software, I think Clipio or Pitchlane, something like that. And I used to use the software. I recorded a video once, and in the background their YouTube channel would come out. And they used to think I manually fucking recorded the video for them. They did not know it was AI. But now if you try to use the exact same thing on like a B2B marketer, he understands this. He understands softwares like Replicue, Pitchlane, Clipio, what else is there? Like like something like that. Like there are so many fucking softwares to do this now. He understands it. And it's not popular, it's not useful anymore. Like the systems I'm using for getting like appointments for our fucking clients, they're not being taught anywhere in the world. Like no one's teaching them. And that's because I fucking developed them after trial and error. And I don't have a fucking course to sell you related to this. So you can't even learn them if you wanted to. Anyways, the point I'm trying to convey is I noticed this like gap in the market. Everyone is fucking becoming a coach where they're promising 100 sales calls guaranteed, 200 sales calls guaranteed, 20 clients and blah 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 blah, guaranteed, and if I don't deliver, I'll fucking give you a blowjob as well, everything, like all of that crap. And the other category was agencies which were selling to other agencies, like these companies like Sanskar, Pani, all these different people. And like maybe he's a good guy. Like there was a closer that worked for him and he worked in a company as well. So the closer said good things about him. I'm not saying like these people are terrible people. But these are the two common scenarios we noticed in the industry. But then I was like, I could just fucking differentiate myself and go and sell a different fucking offer and get sales. So I just DM my friend Shad, who has like an agency which does like $30,000 a month, like bundlemedia.co. And I just said, bro, I'll get you like qualified appointments for your agency and you only pay me once the appointment shows up and he or she is qualified. And he's like, yes. Last night he closed like a deal for $5,400 a month. 5.4k a month. Originally like a 6k deal, but the guy wanted like a lot more work. So he was like, yeah, I'll give you like a 10% discount. And all he had to pay me was like $50 to $100 for that. Now that's a no-brainer fucking offer. I don't have to go on a sales call with him. Like, I can like, fuck it bro. I forget like, I'm recording on my phone because when I used to live in India, I used to have my camera and my phone was readily available. But now that I'm in Thailand, I'm here. But I can show you my LinkedIn DMs. Like, there are guys worth millions of dollars and they're telling me they would love to work with me. And I'm telling them like, so I'll give a quick example. So this guy is like, bro, we help SaaS companies rebrand themselves entirely. And branding is something kind of difficult to sell because there's not like a clear direct outcome. And I said like, can this help companies increase revenue? Because if it cannot help increase revenue, then probably we cannot get your appointments. And this guy was like, yeah, we have case studies where it has helped like increase in revenue, whatever. And I said, send me the case studies. I'll see if we can actually help you. You see how the dynamics change? Like, I don't have to get these people on like a sales call. I don't have to record a Loom video and tell them, bro, come over here. And yeah, blah, 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 like all of that crap. I don't have to do any of this shit. I just simply like send them a LinkedIn message. I go back and forth. I tell them, bro, for the first 3 to 5 appointments, you have to pay upfront like $300 to $500. And after that, every single qualified appointment that shows up, we're going to pay you like $500. Sorry, like $100 we're going to charge you. And people are like, cool. That's a no-brainer offer. And the only reason I can do this is because I just went into one of the most saturated industries of the world. And I'm like, bro, I'll just fucking differentiate myself a bit. I'll just position myself a bit differently. And if you're in a saturated industry, all you need to do is just look at what everyone else is doing and just be slightly different. Because the more saturated an industry is, the easier it is to fucking stand out. Another benefit which I did not think of, which I just like thought of right now, like I did not plan this in the video initially, is when an industry is saturated, you can actually use it. I'll give you a quick example. So when I launched my software for like local businesses, so at that point of time I was selling to dentists and everything, and I understood like dentists are shit. Like this, like I had like 2 to 3 sales calls and everyone was like, bro, these fucking marketing agencies are stupid. I've invested like thousands of dollars with them. They never gave me a result back. They've invested money into Facebook ads. They've invested money into Google ads. They've paid like $3,000 for a fucking website which no one is fucking visiting. And the agency is like, yeah, bro, like it takes 13 months for the SEO shit to work. So they're just paying like these massive fucking retainers to marketing agencies and they're not seeing any results, whatever. So I started using it in my outreach messages. I was like, bro, I understand you're sick and tired of these marketing agencies that promise the world and they deliver nothing. But I have a solution for this. Like, I can help you fucking fix this shit. So I'm not an agency. Like, point I'm trying to convey is I figured out what they hate about the current thing. Like, it's a saturated industry, they've been burned before. I understood all of the pain points and I use it in my marketing to differentiate myself. Here's what I'm gonna do in my B2B software as well, like the lead database software. I'm gonna be like there are two types of software. So number one, there's like a software called Grow Me Organic, which is something which I used to use. I've recommended it to a lot of people, but the problem with that is that it has unlimited data, but it takes like so fucking long to scrape. Like, it takes like 2 to 3 hours to get like 1,000 contacts. There's another software called leads.cm, which has like unlimited leads. Like, it's a lead database software and it's pretty affordable as well, like $20 a month, and it has like unlimited exports, whatever. But again, the problem that came was like there's not enough criteria to filter companies. Like, I cannot find my ideal customer profiles over there, and at the same time it does not have LinkedIn scraping. So what I like to do is put in like LinkedIn URLs and get like phone numbers, email addresses of the person, and also it takes like hours to fucking export. So if I want to export like a set of data, it would take like 4 to 6 hours. And other softwares, like, you have to pay for credits, whatever. Like in Apollo, you cannot export more than like 1,000 to 10,000 credits. Like, so I, like, long story short, I basically understood like all the fucking problems which are there existing in this fucking market. I know the market is saturated. There are like hundreds and thousands of lead generation softwares, like lead scraping tools, whatever. And I've tried all of them. So I know exactly what is shit with them. Like, I know all the fucking problems. I know this shit is wrong with it. Like, I don't like that thing. I don't like that thing. And if I have that problem, you need to understand one thing. Like, niches are similar. I told you, right? Like, if I'm a gym goer and I go to a random fucking person who goes to the gym and he takes it seriously, the chances that he finds finding protein cheaply, affordably, conveniently is something which he wants. Like, the chances of him actually wanting that thing is going to be extremely high, because similar people have similar problems and similar desires as well. So I face these problems. The chances that like at least 60 to 70% of the people who are in my market face these problems is going to be pretty high. So now I can use the exact problems in my marketing, in my messaging, in my copywriting, and tell them this is how the fuck my product is different from everyone else in the market. And now I have created a niche of what? I went into a saturated industry where everyone is making like the same fucking offers using the same methods of outreach, whatever. I use a completely new system of client acquisition, a new way of acquiring customers, a new funnel, and I just differentiated my product by telling them, I know you hate these 10 fucking things in this industry because people have burnt you before. Here's how my product or my tool is gonna allow you to get rid of the pain that these 10 fucking things have caused in your life. And if your industry was not saturated, you can never do it. Because, like, let's say, like, thankfully, I've never been burnt by a personal branding agency before. And if you try to differentiate yourself as a personal branding agency, for me, it's all the same. Like, a random guy who's selling personal branding, or Ayman Arab, who's a pretty successful guy with personal branding, I think his content agency makes like $100,000, $200,000 a month. Both of them are the same. But if I have been burnt before, then Ayman can use the terms like, Somil bro, I know you've been burnt before, and I know you're struggling with this shit, and I'm gonna solve it forever. For example, like, I've never ever hired an editor in my life. I absolutely hate editing. I like videos like this are the fucking best, where there's no fucking editing, because the people who want fucking value, they can listen to this shit, and yeah, they don't care about the fact like my phone literally fell down cause I fucking kicked it by mistake. But yeah, I've never hired an editor. But when I was speaking to Shah, like, he wanted to get him appointments, whatever, I asked him like, what are the common pain points people face related to editing, which your company can solve? And he's like, people have like extremely long turnaround times. So let's say I record this YouTube video and I give it to an editor. He's gonna be like, yeah, I'll give it to you in fucking 3 to 4 days. He's like, we have like a 24-hour turnaround time. And like, if like I've not been burnt, if someone wants to target me, I'm quote unquote unsaturated, but they don't have any leverage to sell. For me, I'll just choose the guy who's the fucking cheapest, because I've not been burnt before. But if I was burnt before, then I would go with Chad. Because I understand, like these cheap fucking guys, they have massive turnaround times. They are not reliable. Like sometimes their PC shuts off and they're like, yeah, bro, like I'm so sorry, I'm going through bad health, whatever. Like, why the fuck is it falling down again and again? But yeah, if I was in like, if I've been burned before, I understand all the pain and problems related to going with the cheapest guy in the market. And then I can invest in the expensive solution which Chad is trying to sell. And that's the exact same thing. Like, right now, like, how do I even explain it? I hope it makes sense, man. Because if there's competition, if your niche is saturated, they have been burnt before. And that means you can use the things which they hate about your, like, companies like yours. And you can tell them, I know you hate all of this shit. We're different because of XYZ reason. And then they would like you more. But if the niche was unsaturated, you don't have anything which you can use to differentiate yourself. Except making bigger and bolder claims which you cannot fulfill on. Like, if, like, let's say hypothetically, the doctor industry or the... Like, why the fuck is the phone falling, man? Like, it's fucking annoying. Like, what is wrong? Yeah, let's say hypothetically the doctor niche, the doctor industry was not saturated. Then if you wanted to fucking stand out, all you need to do is just tell them, yeah, like let's say your competitors are saying we're going to help you get 30 patients in 30 days. You just have to say I'll get you 90 patients in 90 days. But you very well know you cannot fucking do that shit. And eventually, that niche will be saturated. And then you're going to fucking struggle. So maybe all you need to do is just promise them something else. And just differentiate yourself. 2 points, like yeah, like that's what you covered, like a quick fucking recap. Number 1, if your niche is saturated, that means there's already demand. Which is a good fucking sign because you cannot create demand out of thin air. And number 2, if a niche is saturated, it's very easy to fucking differentiate yourself. And if you can fucking differentiate yourself, like sales is not fucking hard. Like client acquisition literally becomes the easiest fucking thing. And like I'm unable to understand, like, number 1, why this phone is falling again and again. And number 2, how the fucking people even struggle with client acquisition. Even if I wanted to onboard more clients, I cannot do it because I'm at fucking capacity. And I just don't have like good enough fucking talent. So if you're a talented appointment setters, I'm fucking hiring. So in the description, I'll add a link. Like just leave a comment. I'll send you the link with the reply to the hiring form where you can apply and everything. So yeah, like that's the thing. The third thing which again Charlie Morgan said is he gave his own personal example that this niche, the agency owners, coaches, consultant is a very saturated niche. So he has to deal with a lot of market saturation, a lot of resistance. Like you need to understand this. If I try to sell marketing to a doctor, it's kind of gonna be easier. Like if I just sell Facebook ads to someone who has not even heard of Facebook ads, they're gonna think, bro, this is fucking effortless. Like this is so fucking good. But if I try to sell like Facebook ads to an agency owner, which does Facebook ads himself, he's gonna be like, bro, the fuck? I can do it myself. So selling a service, like what I'm trying to convey is I'm not able to articulate it well enough, is selling to a really sophisticated industry is always going to be difficult. Selling to agency owners, coaches, consultants is going to be harder compared to selling to a local business because these people are into marketing sales themselves. They understand when you're asking them, like, what's your current situation? They know it's you asking them for a fucking sale. Like, when I sold to fucking YouTubers, I almost had like a 60-70% conversion rate because they don't understand sales at all. So they thought like the sales call was genuinely a fucking conversation. They used to think like discovery calls are actually discovery calls and not sales calls. Like that's how fucking innocent and pure that niche was. But now, if you go into a niche like agency owners, coaches, consultants, and you tell them like, come on a discovery call, they fucking know it's a sales call. They have a higher resistance, they have a higher fucking gut. But he said, these problems are natural. Like, I kid you not, like, the amount of times I've thought of choosing a new niche. Because I'm thinking, like, my offer is solid, my outreach systems, everything is solid. And it would be so fucking easy, man, if I could just go into another niche and just sell the exact same thing I'm selling to them. Like, it's gonna be so fucking easy. But I'm glad I did not do it. But you always get the temptations because it's painful. Because you know, like, provided your offer, everything is solid, you know how fucking good of a thing you're selling. Like, you know how good your fucking shit is. And you absolutely understand. If you were just in the right niche, if you just targeted the right fucking people, you can absolutely destroy. Every single day you go through pain, you go through rejection, people telling you like they're not fucking interested, like I can do it myself, whatever. Just because your niche is kind of saturated. And you get the temptation to switch niches. And that's exactly the point, the third point which Charlie Morgan said. He's like, working with saturated industries, it's fucking painful. It's difficult. It's hard to do that every single day. And that's exactly the reason you should do it. Because most people will quit. Like, what will happen is most people will get into this exact industry. Like, every single idiot will watch a video on, like, marketing agency, whatever, and the guy which is creating the video, because he wants to sell you the affiliate link of his favorite fucking software. Like, people can understand, like, what I'm talking about. But yeah, the guy who's a fucking guru, he's gonna, like, yeah. So, that guy, they'll watch his video and he'll say like one fucking industry and there are going to be like 20,000 views and 1,000 people will start a fucking agency. Like, even though they don't even fucking understand what an agency is. Like, freelancers fucking calling themselves an agency anyway. That's a matter for another day, like a conversation for another day. But these people will waste and dedicate fucking hours of their life going after the same exact industry. They'll hop into it because the person told them it's a fucking shiny new object, it's a shiny new opportunity. They'll jump into it and then they'll realize like there is a lot of pain associated with it. Like, there are a lot of problems which have to be solved, and because it's fucking painful, they're gonna quit. I'll give you a quick example. I always used to think before I got into software that once I start my software company, everything is gonna be effortless. It's gonna be so fucking smooth. It's gonna be so fucking easy. It's gonna be so fucking effortless. Like, it's literally gonna be a cake in the park. Like, it's gonna be a cakewalk. I mix cakewalk and walk in the park. And once you get into it, you realize it's not fucking easy. You realize that getting customers is actually pretty difficult. Getting people to switch from the existing situation, like their existing solutions, even though whatever you're selling is nice, cool, dope, whatever, it's actually kind of hard. And that's when your eyes open up. And then you're like, bro, what the fuck did just happen? What the fuck happened? I thought I'm gonna get into this thing and it's gonna be fucking rainbows and sunshines and rainbows, sorry, whatever. And like Alex Hormozi said it the best, like he described the different stages of a business. So when we don't get into something, we hear about a new opportunity, we have uninformed optimism. We're optimistic this is gonna work out, this is gonna be so fucking good, because we're uninformed. And once we get into the thing which we were so optimistic about, we understand and we uncover and we discover the problems associated with that thing. And then we go into a stage which is known as like informed pessimism. We become aware of all the shit, we become informed. And then there's pessimism because we thought there are going to be no fucking problems. But when we get into this, there are so many fucking problems. And like there are obviously 3 more stages, like Valley of Despair, blah blah blah. You can watch his videos if you want to like understand that concept more in fucking depth. But anyways, that's what exactly happened. Is everyone gets into a popular niche thinking that it's going to be good, it's going to be lucrative, these people have so much of money and they're going to pay me money, it's going to be easy, effortless, whatever. Like, a lot of you might be watching my videos and you're going to be like, yeah, I'll fucking compete with Somil, it's going to be so easy. Like, Somil says client acquisition for him is fucking effortless and I'll do exactly what he does. But soon you're going to realize, like, there are a lot of problems associated with any fucking business, any fucking niche, any fucking industry in the world. But the longer you stick with the niche, the better you get at solving the problem. And if you stick with it long enough, eventually you can solve all the problems. Like, the problems which you're facing in your niche, like, you're not getting replies from your outreach messages, you not knowing how to scrape leads, not knowing how to convert customers, how to deliver good results to your customers. I know it feels like a massive mountain of problems, at least that's what it does to me, especially in my software business, because that's a completely new thing, like the lead generation software I'm working on, I've never sold it before. So, I see it as like a massive fucking mountain of problems. But I just ask myself, like, if I stick to this shit for like 5 to 10 years, is it possible I can solve all the problems? And I'm like, fuck yes. If I solve all the problems, what the fuck am I doing? I'm alleviating pain from the lives of people. People have pain in their fucking life because there are problems in their life. And if I help them get rid of the problems, I alleviate the pain in their lives. if I'm able to alleviate the pain in their lives, what is being created? Value. Because value is created when pain is alleviated. And pain is alleviated when problems are solved. If I'm creating value for people, what will people do? They're gonna pay me money. Because what is money? It's a store of value. So if I'm providing value, people are gonna reciprocate by providing me store of value. I give them value and they're giving me a form of value. Money. Because money is a form of value. It's a store of value. Basic economics. Should have paid attention in fucking school, man. And that's the thing. We all start a business because we want to make money, whatever. And the reason, like, we started the business is for money. And if you want to make money, we have to provide value to the marketplace. If you want to provide value to the marketplace, we need to, like, alleviate pain from their lives. And we can only alleviate the pain from their lives if we solve the problems. And the more time we have for solving the problems, the more we understand the problems better, the more we figure out the different possible solutions to solving the fucking problems in the life. The more time we fucking stick to the niche, like the more time we dedicate to this shit, the longer we stick to the niche, the higher the chance we have of solving all the problems. And the company which solves all the problems of the world, they're worth fucking trillions of dollars. If you don't realize this, like, look at Amazon. A lot of you fucking think that Amazon is just a fucking simple thing. Like, you can just fucking order groceries. Like, firstly, the e-commerce platform Amazon has, that's one of the greatest platforms in the world. That's valuable enough. But apart from that, I was like looking at the fucking television here last night, and I saw, bro, there's like fucking Prime TV as well, like Prime Video. So Amazon is into this shit as well. Amazon, if you don't, like, I was building the backend for my lead generation software, and I built it on Amazon. Amazon, like, has a whole host of services. Amazon will help you transcribe videos. Amazon will help you host files on their databases. Amazon will allow you to use their cloud platform to build your software, host your software. Amazon will allow you to use their email sending service to send out emails to your customers and do cold emails. Like, go to AWS console, like AWS services. And Amazon has like hundreds and thousands of services. Because they understand, like, who the fuck is going to use the platform, and they know these are all the different problems they're going to face. And then they just simply figured it out. I'll give you a very simple example again. So a lot of my software, like the authentication. So for example, if you go and you log into my software, whatever, you have to obviously log in like your password, email, whatever. How do you think the software remembers? Like, what exactly is the password associated with your email? I have to store it in a database. And the database is built in an app called Supabase, Supabase. And it's like that tool, it did not do anything extra. It just understood that people who are building out softwares for the first time and they're kind of new to coding, they will have a lot of problems in building out the backend. Because building out a backend is kind of complicated. Like, Amazon is, it's kind of difficult to create like a backend in Amazon, because Amazon is developed for like more advanced companies, like more advanced software companies. I think most of the SaaS platforms in the world, they use Amazon. And it's obviously more complicated. It's obviously more robust. They have like shit like SDKs, all these things. Like, I don't understand them either. So Supabase, what they essentially do is they use Amazon servers, they use Amazon everything. Like, they just use fucking Amazon as a foundation, and they just simplify it, and they put a markup on it. So let's say Amazon charges me, simple example, like $1 to store 1 GB of data. Supabase will simply charge like $10 to store 1 GB of data. I understand this, but I'm still paying for that shit. Because I don't understand how to host everything on Amazon. Supabase is very easy to fucking connect with GitHub and like integrate with the front end, everything. So front end is basically what you see on your fucking screen. And like, let's say you go over there and you look at all the leads. The leads are stored in the backend, right? So yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, Supabase has built a fucking multi-million-dollar company, probably worth millions of dollars. I don't know the exact number. Just by solving a small problem. Just by alleviating a pain from the life of me. And yeah, I forgot like what was the context behind this, like why I was sharing the example. But yeah, hopefully it's a pretty valid argument why you should go into a saturated fucking niche. Because number one, it ensures that there is already existing demand, and if there is no demand, no matter what you do, no matter how good you are, you cannot make money. Number two, it ensures that it's very easy for you to fucking stand out from the competition, because if it's very saturated, you just have to do something very slightly different from your competition, and now you're a marketer one. You exist separately from everyone else. For example, e-commerce is very saturated, but Amazon is still the biggest player, and the reason for that is because it offers the cheapest prices and the fastest shipping, whereas everyone else is just trying to charge everyone the highest amount of prices and the slowest shipping, because they're doing fucking drop shipping from fucking Shanghai in China. And yeah, bro, like, long story, like, I know it's unrelated to the video, bro. I just met like a girl here in Thailand from Guangzhou. I don't know how the fuck you pronounce that, and she told me like there's a massive drop shipping industry over there. I might move there, bro, and just look at how the fuck this drop shipping industry works. Anyways, like, yeah, it's built on basic solid principles, so you can differentiate yourself very easily if you're in a saturated niche. And last but not the least, if your niche is very saturated, it's very painful to be in the niche, and that means most of your competitors, they are going to quit in less than 1 to 2 years. And if you can just persist for a long enough period of time, you can eventually solve all the problems. You can understand your customers well, and if you do that, you create a lot of value. And if you create a lot of value in the lives of your customers, they pay you a lot of money, because value is created when pain is alleviated, and pain is alleviated by you solving their problems. And when you create a lot of value, they pay you a lot of money, which is the exact reason you started the videos. And that's the exact reason you're watching this video, because you want more fucking money for your business. Hope this helped. Bye, man. Take care. I hope someone gave me this video. A lot of cool shit in the description. Bye. Take care. Bye.